All right. Hey everyone. Okay, I got a little bit of Hellbreaker action going. Sorry, I don't know how to speak. I forgot how. Um, so there were a couple of major changes since last week. I haven't really been getting back to working on this every other day or once every 5 days. I actually took a little bit more time off than I probably should have. I still have the final area to create, but there were two changes that were made. One, uh, initial support for doors, keys and doors. So we got a red key and functionality here for the red door, which I'm going to implement into the level. And the dev mode bug where the monsters would lose the ability to fight back when my HP went below 0 has been addressed. So, with that said, that means that I can now fully test out the final area and get doors and keys in place in the map. The map. The map. Okay, so first things first, get the red key in. This was here the whole time? There was this big missing polygon just chilling there. I hate when that happens. Like, you just sort of come back to the level after a while and realize that there was something really glaringly obviously broken. But anyway, the red key will go here, uh, right here. And let's see what happens if I try to place that. Go to object. I think I saw it here in this list. Um, there we go. Oh yeah, that's right. You don't just drag these. And this is more like hammer where you have to do something special to get it there. Okay, and then not know vertically where it is. Okay, there it is. So we just drag this sucker down. Now most people won't look at that and immediately think, hey, that's a key. That's why graphics can sometimes be important for gameplay. You could block a game out from start to finish in placeholder graphics, and people won't really understand exactly what's going on. I noticed that same thing with the UT4. Like I showed people the flag run game mode, and flag run game mode actually like confused some people who watched the video. They're like, "Wow, I hope they're not trying to ship the game like this." And I'm like, "Wow, okay." I like this that this actually even happened on the forums. Like a lot of people can't grasp the idea. This is important, by the way, if you're working on something. People can't grasp the concept of placeholder. They always see something and think that's what you're trying, that's the final product. And you kind of have to assume that's what they're going to think. Like, even people who should have an eye for that kind of thing, experienced developers. I've had talks with people, who have even made content before who weren't sure if something was placeholder or not. That's why sometimes it's really a good idea to make sure that your placeholder art doesn't look very good. That way you can, it's more obvious to some people. Because if you try to make your placeholder art look too good, then it may never get replaced. It may just ship that way. With that said, we got a key here, and the doors that will be opened are these three here. So it was door underscore red or key underscore. Well, let me take a look and see. All right, so this is a shape key door, which means it's located in object or entity. Yeah, shape key door here. It's not a mover anymore, and it has the key pair of key red. Now, one of the other things that I have to remember that I gotta get into this is the actual sounds for the doors, because yeah, I keep forgetting to just add that in. So let's see, I'll do that. I'll get the sounds in. Stop sound, close direction. There's like a whole bunch of different things that I gotta remember. I'll put it in a little text file and get those in to each of these doors as well. So this door should be set up now. Speed 2. I guess that's 2 meters per second. Start sound is 2. Weird. Alright, and distance should not be the full distance. There's no denying it now. But the start sound start sound is not 2. Speed is 2. Jesus. And distance 1.8. It's so weird that it rounds down. like that. Well, anyway, 1.8 so that the door doesn't fully open up into the ceiling, where it sometimes that can look pretty ugly. So you don't want doors to do that, generally speaking. So I guess I'll grab this door, delete it because I don't need it anymore. Another bit of functionality that may actually be needed. I'm not sure yet because I still have the final area for combat. I'm going to be doing that in this video. I'm not stopping. I'm not going to stop until I'm finished. But there is a possible need to have monsters not awake unless they see the player directly. I noticed that sometimes they wake up when they hear you fire your gun, and I'm almost thinking that in this case, just for this demo, it may make sense to actually make it so that the monsters stay asleep until they see the player by default, and give me the option to make it so that they can hear me when I fire my gun. Some monsters I want them to wake up when I fire my gun. Uh, Most of them, the vast majority of them, I don't want them to wake up when they hear me fire my gun. It's just a thing, just a just a Doom style level design thing. Um, let's see, get a key here, and I need to make sure that that's not in the floor because I'm pretty sure that's exactly where that is, in the floor. Just things in the floor problems. Alright, get this up here. Needs to be a little bit higher. Alright. Did I specify the direction on the door? Yeah, -90, which is a direction I will never understand, not in a logical way. It's like, what's down or what's up? -90. -90 is up, man. Of course. And it's not like the first time I've ever seen -90 be up, which kind of, yeah, it's a thing. It's like -90 can sometimes just be up, and these aren't actually doors anymore. So I gotta do these, even though I copy pasted them. Okay, so let's see. I'll grab this entity key door thing, hit enter, do my dance. It listened. Okay, key underscore red, speed 2, distance 1.8, and I guess I'll have to just do the start and end sounds separately, one at a time. Oh well, let's see. Got this, and I gotta do the same thing again. So entity, double click, hit enter. Not sure which one of these does the job, but one of them does. Wait, this one actually already worked. Wait, what? Okay. I think I probably broke something. Oh no. What did I do? Are these both the same object? Or something like that? Nope. Okay. I get very suspicious when things suddenly work out of nowhere for no reason. Alright, so I'm going to save this. I'm going to go to the demo level, write down the sounds, make sure that the sounds are being pointed to. Okay. So now I can make sure that all doors have sounds. They have sounds. See? Notepad. To the rescue. Start sound. Close sound. Alright. Pie. Alright, and I'm gonna have to do that like only about 20 more times. I'm just kidding. There's really not that many doors. I mean, there's a lot of doors here. Let's see. We get this, and I guess I had the stop sound. Hey, you don't have red underscore key. Red underscore key. All your key pairs are fucked up. What the hell happened? Why? Wait a minute. Oh, it's because I didn't hit apply. Speed. 1.8, and start sound is there, and -90 because that's up. Alright, and I guess that makes the most sense. Alright, unselect, reselect. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this again probably because I didn't hit apply or something. Yeah, I didn't hit apply. Speed 2, 1.8. This is my life. Open sound, stop sound, red underscore key, -90. Hit apply. Apply was hit. I hope this shit remembers it. God, I hope it remembers. I gotta do it again. Well, this might seem monotonous. It's really not that bad. For me, sometimes stuff like this is just, a way to kind of pass the day. It's better than having to figure out actually difficult problems. Okay, now that I got that out of the way, we should now have a key, and hopefully the key is sitting there. Yes. Alright, let me save this, reload the map, make sure that nothing was lost. Wait, what? I hit save. Load another map. Content has not been saved. Pretty sure it's been saved, even if it's telling me otherwise. But I guess we will find out. If it's broken, I'll just leave it how it is for now, and begin working on the final battle, which I have the general blocking out of it in place. Why is it? One sec. Alright, if I reload the map, it appears that everything is saved. Now I'm not going to bother with the final door because I know that it's going to be replaced by a key door, and it'll be underscore blue or something, or yellow or whatever. So I'll just leave that one alone for now. You'll notice that there's a player spawn in this room here, and I give you a weapon. I should probably give you the full arsenal. This is a common trick that I do. If you watch my Doom level design, you'll know that I do this sometimes, where I just place a player start further into the map and then give you all the guns. It's even easier when you have access to something like dev mode, where dev mode, you don't even have to place ammo. You just know exactly how much ammo you need in order to finish the final area. So I'm just going to drop one of each gun that you should have right here. I think that's a grenade launcher, chain gun, and what else? There was like, oh, rocket launcher. If you find the secret in the plasma rifle, I think as well, for both secrets. So right here, let me make sure that that is on the ground. All right, that's on the ground there. So rocket launcher, or yeah, rocket launcher. That for some reason looks like it needs to be above the ground. It's not consistent. Some items are their origins are not consistent. It's a really common thing. It's annoying. Grenade launcher, shotgun. The shotgun is above ground, and what else do we got? Oh, plasma rifle. So you get all the guns. You start right off. Assuming you're not going to have any health or armor or anything like that above 100. Maybe just in case, I will drop an armor here. Okay, you have everything that you're going to need. These objects, along with the player spawn, will be deleted once I feel that the area is ready to be played properly. Although I have seen examples in other games where they kind of do this on purpose. So like sometimes you'll see a game like that has checkpoints built into its single player experience, and it'll have like the arsenal that you need to have when you're at this checkpoint. I haven't really been the biggest fan of checkpoints though. Not from a development standpoint, not really even from a gameplay standpoint. They're not terrible. It's just if you're given this kind of action, this old school Doom style action, checkpoints are a little bit more conducive to more linear, longer levels. And if you're going to do checkpoints, you might as well just follow the Half-Life formula and make lots of small maps and string them together. To me, that has always been the most logical thing. There are so many things that Half-Life has done correctly that has just sort of slipped through the cracks, and people don't forget, if either ignored or forgotten about. But the first Half-Life was nothing but about 120 stringed together one room or one hallway levels. There were some examples during that experience where it wasn't like that, but like you get this really grand experience from just taking these small maps. But not only that, small maps are easier to work on. But a lot of people they'll make these gigantic levels and then put checkpoints in them. But the gigantically you have to load the whole level, and sometimes a bug comes up because one of the maps uh, you know breaks something in a future area for future checkpoint, and like, oh, it's such a mess. It's so much better. Like, I'm kind of surprised that the original Half-Life formula, or at least the Half-Life formula itself, hasn't just been used like a lot for linear games. But oh, I digress. If you look at something like Infinite Warfare, it's a series of separate levels. Again, it's just insane how much they pack into every square inch. Anyway, with that said, there is already teleporter functionality, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this off. Basically, when it comes to this style of level design, you want to always make sure the player has the option to backtrack. Especially like if you're watching like any of the levels that I'm playing through right now for Brutal Doom 64, you'll see me constantly going back for more health and stuff. Yeah, that trend that trend is real. That is a thing. It doesn't go away. I don't know why when I press Control C, Control V, like it copied down here. Weird. Let me just put a shape here. Make sure that I got no draw. It's entirely possible that the no draw thing that I'm doing is not how this engine is optimal. This engine, being an octree based engine, may actually handle things better without having no draw on every surface. I usually just put no draw on every surface because that's what I used to do when I made Quake maps, is I would caulk every surface. Um, it was just better for everything. It didn't really make much of a difference. It was cleaner to look at. It was a little easier to build the level without having to worry about materials right away. Shaders, they called them back then. But putting caulk on every surface was just sort of a natural practice. It was overkill to do it on surfaces that the BSP process was going to just remove anyway. I'm probably overkilling with this as well. It's just sort of weird level design habits I guess I've picked up over the years. I know that when working on Call of Duty stuff, it was pretty common to see caulk used on every surface. But that's in the case of Call of Duty, though. The engine is set up to be much more. The BSP process has been removed almost. That it's more or less a portal-based engine. It still uses BSPs, but the old process was removed practically. You place lots and lots of hand-placed portals, and the portals would work in crazy ways. Like you would portal areas off. And you use portals like you can use portals that would meet up to each other on perpendicular axes, and like they would still function correctly, which is something that would never have happened. Like if you looked at hand-placed portals in Doom 3 and Quake 4, that would never fly. That would just cause the whole thing to just bug out. Well, anyway, I spent more time trying to build a little cove here for a teleport landing. But basically, when you go through all of this garbage down here, you're going to be fighting a lot of dudes. I'm going to have just a ton of bad guys. By the exit, there'll be a teleporter. You can take the teleporter, and then you can backtrack, grab health before you go to the next map. It's just a standard practice. I know this being a single shot level, which is supposed to be more or less a demo, but it should give a feeling of like, hey, this is just X level out of, X number of other levels. Okay, anyway, um, let me get this here. There's going to be new monsters in here as well. One of them is going to be the Knight, and one of them is going to be this like Revenant or Wraith. And the Wraiths are going to be placed along up here. Now, I have to be careful about how this is structured because this is one symmetrical, which is kind of lame. I'm not a huge fan of that, but I think it works in this case because it's just a big ass fucking fight. But I don't like having places that are inaccessible. So I'll probably have ramps or something like that where you can get up here. The only thing is I don't want the player being able to just like hide up here and like shoot down. So maybe this time I'll make an exception. This is a ledge that you can't get to. You drop down and you are immediately surrounded by these Knight guys and wraiths in these different directions, and then there are just more Knights sort of spread around. They're like melee only bad guys. They kind of look like Mancubi, but they can't. They don't shoot projectiles. And then I'll have those rocket launcher guys up here. And the wraiths shoot fireballs. They're pretty nasty bad guys. They're like really mean. So with that said, all right, I'm gonna get started on structuring this son of a bitch out. Alright, so I went to go and test this, and I need to be able to test it to get a feel for what this is even going to be like, because it might just be totally fucking impossible. There is a crash now, probably related to the doors and keys. I'm not sure what I should try to delete or not though, but I think that's going to put a damper on going further tonight. Yeah. However, I do have the general idea of what this area is going to be like. I have these wraiths. They're pretty interesting. They're not like super hard to fight, but they do fire a lot of projectiles. So I imagine that these guys are probably going to get nailed an awful a lot. They're kind of tough. So it's like he just jumps straight down in the middle of this mess, and you're just like and trying to maneuver around that. But now you got the wraiths as well. This is meant to be a really challenging fight. So, with that said, until I can test this, I have to have I have to know exactly what's causing it to crash. It could be anything. I have no idea exactly what. I'm gonna have to end things here until I hand things back to NX to see what he has to say. Like maybe I did something stupid or broke something. I'm not sure what. Alright, so that's that for now. We'll get to see in the next episode, we'll get to see this fight in action and watch me get my ass kicked and make really good use of the dev mode, which then allows me to see exactly how much health and how much ammo it's going to take for me to complete this area. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for more and all that.
Back from the dead.